What's up, my lovely people? It's been a couple of weeks now and the Endgame spoiler embargo is starting to lift. But just in case you're one of the 3 or 4 people who still haven't seen the movie, we're going to be mentioning some spoilers for Endgame in this video. So, you've been warned. For the rest of us, we've all now seen the gloriousness of Captain America wielding Mjolnir to fight Thanos in Avengers Endgame. So today, we're honoring that nerd milestone and work of cinematic beauty with a look at every instance of Captain America proving his worthiness and wielding Thor's hammer in comics. All 5 of them to be exact. Before we dive in, however, we want to remind you guys that we have 2 different giveaways happening right now. Our massive Avengers 1 giveaway with Comic Tom, which runs until May 23rd and gives you the chance to win one of 3 classic comics, including Avengers issue 1. You can watch the announcement video on that with complete details for the giveaway here or by clicking the link in the description. But we also just announced a new giveaway with comic book artist John Boy Myers, for which we are giving away some of his freaking awesome art prints and one of his original art pages from Marvel's Royals issue 1. All hand signed by John Boy himself. The John Boy giveaway only runs until Sunday, so you want to jump on that one right away. Watch yesterday's episode here or click the link in the description to get complete details on how to enter for that one as well. These giveaways are just nuts, and we're excited to be able to bring them to you guys. But now, let's get on to today's episode. The first time Captain America lifted Thor's hammer was in the Mighty Thor issue 390. Off the bat, you'll notice that Captain America's costume is different. That's because at this point in time, Cap was wearing what we all know as a Super Patriot or US Agent costume. Anyway, in the story, Thor and the Avengers were attacked on their Hydro base, which is an island headquarters for Earth's mightiest heroes. That's right, the Avengers don't just have Avengers Mansion and Avengers Tower, they also have a floating artificial island created by the ocean-based hero, Stingray. No biggie. Anyway, amongst the battle, Thor dropped his hammer after being tackled. So Captain America went to go get it, being like, I have to try to at least move it and find a way to get it back to Thor. But he was suddenly dogpiled and seemed to be overwhelmed by soldiers of Seth, the serpent god of death. Can we just take a second to talk about that name? Because apparently the name Seth wasn't good enough. And he's like, I need something catchier, something that's gonna strike fear into people. And somehow said to himself, I got it. From here on out, I shall be known as Seth, the serpent god of death. Really? That's what you went with? To each their own, I guess. But like I was saying, Captain America seemed to be overwhelmed by the soldiers. And one of the soldiers then says, he's only one, while we are many. Then the next page gives us a splash page of Captain America lifting Mjolnir for the very first time while swinging said hammer, knocking all the soldiers away, saying, I've got a flash for you, mister. There's plenty one man can do, if he's the right man. Right after this, Cap throws his hammer back to Thor, and the Avengers pull out the win. Towards the end of the book, Cap tells Thor, that is one special weapon, Thor. I envy you. To which Thor replies, a sacred bond unites all those who have been privileged to wield Mjolnir, a bond which stretches far into infinity. I salute you, Captain. And Cap says, I hope I'll always be worthy of that honor and privilege, my friend. Needless to say, this was a monumental moment for Captain America and just comics in general. The next time we see Cap lift Mjolnir is in the What If X-Men Age of Apocalypse comic. Now this is a what if story, but I personally think it's still cool enough to mention, which you'll see why in a second. In this what if, instead of Apocalypse rising after Charles Xavier is killed, Legion kills Xavier and Magneto amongst countless other lives. Also, the X-Men were never formed. This in turn postpones Apocalypse's attack on Earth. We then see from the start in this take of the Age of Apocalypse story that Captain America is now in possession of Mjolnir. He's also leading an alternate version of the Defenders that consist of the Thing, Molecule Man, freaking Sauron, Colossus, Brother Voodoo, Logan, and Captain Britain in Iron Man armor. Now, even though this what if is based on an X-Men story, the comic's main focus is on Captain America and how he's dealing with this dystopian Earth. In any case, the only reason I'm even talking about this story is because Captain America is wielding Thor's hammer in epic fashion. Like when he uses it to smack Holocaust in the face, sending him flying, or even smashing it right on top of Juggernaut's head to stop him dead in his tracks from a full charge. But probably the most insane thing Captain America uses Mjolnir for is when he breaks down and kills X-Man with it. He does this in order to stop him from time traveling to try to fix Legion's previous actions. But Cap says the world doesn't need another tyrant and that X-Men thought the ends would justify the means, but Rogers wouldn't have it. In summary, it's an awesome story that you all should check out. This instance of Rogers using Thor's hammer is in the Fear Itself storyline, issue 7 to be exact. In summary, Odin's long-lost brother, the Serpent, was like, you know what, I'm gonna raise Midgard with the help of my children. The Serpent then proceeds to cause fear all over Earth. The kicker is he feeds off of fear and becomes more powerful from it. By issue 5 of the series, Rogers chucks his shield at the Serpent, which he then catches with one hand, and then shatters it over his head with his bare hands. In the same issue, Thor gets knocked out for the count. But by issue 7, when the heroes thought all was lost, and Cap was literally bleeding from his ears, he then sees Mjolnir just lying there and crawls over to it, picking it up, giving us one of the best rally cries ever, and his famous line, "Avengers assemble." Earth's heroes then rally together for one last stand led by Captain America, who is just chucking Mjolnir around left and right, and it's pretty freaking awesome. What I'm saying is this is one of the coolest times Captain America has used Thor's hammer, and a direct inspiration for Endgame. The fourth time is from the ever so controversial Secret Empire story. For those of you who don't know, at one point Captain America was stripped of his super soldier serum and lost his powers, so he gave the mantle to Sam Wilson. Sometime after this, a sentient cosmic cube was like, yo, you could have your powers back. The problem with this was, because of shenanigans with the Red Skull, the cube thought that Captain America had been a Hydra sleeper agent all along, hence us getting Hydra Cap in the Secret Empire storyline. Then in the free comic book day Secret Empire tie-in, we see Hydra Captain America lift Mjolnir. Now at this point, like most people, you might be wondering how the heck is Hydra Cap worthy to lift Thor's hammer? Well, that's because one of Hydra Cap's buddies used the cosmic cube to alter the inscription on Mjolnir. The new inscription read as follows: "Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be strongest, shall possess the power of Hydra." So the word worthy was changed to strongest, and the word Thor was changed to Hydra. It's a pretty freaking cool story if you ask me. I don't know why this story gets so much crap, because it's all resolved in the end. Anyway, even though this is an evil version of Captain America who lifted Thor's hammer, it's still Captain America. The fifth and final time is also from the Secret Empire storyline. In the final issue of the series, issue 10. If you could even believe it, during the finale of the story, the real Captain America is brought back to life by the Cosmic Cube. Crazy, who would have ever thought that Marvel would have brought back the real Captain America and not leave him as a Hydra agent? Definitely not all those pissed off fans. Anyway, when the real Cap is brought back, the Hydra inscription on Mjolnir fades away, reverting back to its original, which reads, "Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." And as we know from my previous mentions, Cap is definitely worthy. So Hydra Captain America goes over to the hammer and tries to lift it, but he can no longer do it as the inscription has changed. So the real Steve Rogers comes over and says, "Here, let me try," and then smashes the ever-living crap out of the evil Rogers with a hammer. It's a pretty dope scene, one of the coolest Captain America panels I've seen in a very long time. In any case, at the end of the comic, he gives his shield back to Sam Wilson and Mjolnir back to Jane Foster. But there you have it, friends, all 5 times Captain America has lifted Thor's hammer. Let me know what your favorite time is in the comment section down below. First up for Wednesday, May 8th, we have Batman and the Outsiders issue 1. When the quest for justice drives Batman into some morally ambiguous areas, he calls the most moral man he knows, Jefferson Pierce, aka Black Lightning, and his team of operatives known as the Outsiders. Here we have the Batman Who Laughs issue 5. It's a battle to the death as Batman goes head to head with the Grim Knight. I really don't think I have to say anything more after that. Now we have Star Wars Age of Rebellion Boba Fett issue 1. Friend of the show Greg Pak is tackling the Star Wars universe, and in this one shot we have Boba Fett tracking down a villain, all Western style. Now we have Detective Comics issue 1003. Damian was so sure that he could succeed against the Arkham Knight where his father failed. But boy, was he wrong. And finally, we have Captain America issue 10. Captain of Nothing continues. A prison riot is the best possible cover to break Captain America out of confinement. But what if Cap doesn't want to go? And that's going to bring another episode of Variant to a close, but remember to check out both of our giveaways, our Avengers 1 giveaway and our John Boy giveaway. We have links for those in the description below. You could also find links for our social media and to subscribe to this channel in the description. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.